Hey guys, welcome back to another Plan With Me. This week I'm planning from February 20th to the 26th, and I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. called Cozy Up. I just felt like this week was probably my last opportunity to use one of my wintry, cozy, cold weather themed kits, so I definitely wanted to do it. Just nothing really happened this week that warranted a specially themed kit, and I always feel like these kits should only be used for like snowy weeks, which I don't think we have anymore. Hopefully it's not forever. I mean, I would be fine with it being forever if it didn't mean that the world was ending, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, this kit is for winter, so I used it in February. I'm just going to keep going. I'm a total mess today, and I've already started this voiceover so many times. I don't know what's wrong with me. I swear I'm not drunk. I'm just tired. So whatever happens, happens. We're just going to go with it. Point is, I'm using this kit, and I really like the way it looks. Now, you will see me move around full boxes quite a bit, once again, just because I didn't want to use a full box on Sunday, but still wanted to use as many full boxes as possible. And I also bought the fashion girls for this kit. Now, I did accidentally misplace them when I first started filming, and I didn't realize it until I went to go get all of my like functional icons and stuff. Luckily, I found them because I bought them because I wanted to use them. I would have been pissed at myself if I had wasted a couple dollars on the extra fashion girls and didn't even use them. I would have been so mad. And I told myself that I was going to get so much better at like dividing up all of my add-ons and putting them into the, cellophane with the appropriate kit, but I didn't do it this order, which was stupid. And the only reason I noticed was because I was missing the label sampler add-on as well. And I knew I bought that because there's no way I would buy a mini kit without that. That just wouldn't work for me. Long story short, I end up ripping up that girl on my sidebar and replacing her with the appropriate fashion girl. Once again, my sidebar has nothing on it except full boxes, and I am honestly just loving the look of that. Whenever I use a kit that doesn't have enough full boxes to fill the sidebar / that I like, I'm bummed because I just feel like it looks so good. And it reminds me of like monthly kits would come with that, or, well, it was an add-on, it didn't come with it. Some of them did, that like decorative sidebar. I liked that. And I like the look of this. So, I don't know. I'm just going to start with the day by day because we're done talking about the spread. It's cute. Starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that it was an in-office day, as it usually is on Mondays. And in real time, I am sort of toying with the idea of maybe starting to go in on Tuesdays instead of Mondays. I don't know. I don't know if I will because I really enjoy getting my office day over with. It's such a weight off my shoulders for the rest of the week, but it's really ruining my Sunday. And I maybe want to experiment and see that, like, if knowing that I'm working from home on Monday will alleviate a little bit of the stress I feel on Sunday. I don't like working either way, but the commute and everything is really messing with me mentally. It's just something I've always struggled with. So I don't know. We'll get back to that in the future. But for now, it was an in-office day. And then I have been treating myself to Sweet Green afterward, and today was no different. However, I really didn't like it. And I get the same thing every single time, but I'm big on texture. Like, I'm really sensitive to gross texture, and there was something in this salad that like was not meant to be there. So I ended up only eating half of it just because once I like get like 2 bites of something weird, I can't eat it anymore. So it was a waste. I was pretty annoyed, but oh well, haven't gotten it since. Then I just marked that Joe and I were reunited. I hadn't seen him since Thursday because he went to go visit his aunt, and I didn't come with him for a couple reasons. The main reason was because we just didn't want like to add too much like pressure to his aunt to have a bunch of people around her. And then everybody asked where I was when he got there, which I thought was cute, but I wasn't there because I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like, basically his parents made it sound like too many people would be too stressful for her. But then everybody wanted to know where I was. And I'm like, I'm trying to be respectful and not add too much stress to this old woman. And then also it was just easier for me to stay home to take care of the cats so that my roommate could just stay with her family, which she's been doing a lot ever since her nannying job has ended. However, she did say, like, oh, if you want to go, I'll watch the cats. But I didn't want to go. And the third and biggest reason I didn't go was because I've been so anxious and stressed that I just needed a weekend alone. And if you saw my last plan with me, you know that it was really good for me. So it was definitely the right decision. It would have been nice to see everybody, but I really needed to be alone. So that felt really good. Point is, we were reunited this day. My God, long-winded much. Then I did a workout. He and I went for a walk. And then when we got back, I ate a donut that he brought from his travels for me. It was like a Sheets donut. We don't have Sheets here, so that was nice. We watched the challenge, and then I was real gassy all night. So, welcome home. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I woke up late. I stayed up way too late on Monday. We were catching up on all our shows, and I just really didn't want to go to sleep. I'm a child in that way. I just can't. If I'm having fun, I don't go to bed. It's a curse. I went home to do my work, so got up around 7:20 to go home and start work at 8. I walked 3 miles on the treadmill and watched TikToks while I did it. And as per usual, I did 1.8-ish miles during my break and then finished the rest afterwards. But after walking on my break, I had a headache and was sick to my stomach. And I don't know why. I didn't run. I didn't crazy push myself or anything, but I felt horrible. Made me feel terrible. Then I just marked that I got absolutely no me time until 8 p.m. I was finished with work at 5, but then for the next 3 hours, it was nonstop go. I had cleaning to do. I deep cleaned some of the cat's items. I had dishes to do. And then my grandmother called me and she needed me to do things for her as well, just online. So by the time I was finished with all that, it was 8 p.m. And I was just really sad because I am trying to get into bed by 10, but if I don't get any me time, it won't happen. So yeah, I think I forced myself to go to bed at 11, but it was hard because I just every day I just look forward, as normal people do, I look forward to just my me time. So I decided to play The Sims, which I've really been enjoying again. I'm really happy about it. It just feels really good. And then I called my grandma while I organized some puzzle pieces for my next puzzle. I didn't actually start it this day, but I wanted to at least get the most boring part out of the way, and it was a good activity to do while on the phone. Then moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I worked. I did a 30-minute workout on my break. I believe it was upper body. I want to say it was upper body, or it was full body. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. And then I felt sick again right after. I'm not sure why, but I was just not feeling very good after doing any sort of physical activity. So that sucked. And then for dinner, I made my last serving of frozen chili, which was sort of sad because it's just such a good staple to have. So I don't know. I have to go and get all the ingredients for that just because I want to make it and put it in my freezer. I don't care if it's not a summer food. It's so easy and it tastes fresh out of the freezer. So love that. I finished my audiobook, which was Rock, Paper, Scissors this night while starting my new puzzle. And then I decided to play The Sims again and watch New Girl. I don't know why. I just decided that I wanted to restart it. The first time I watched it, I quit watching once the two main characters, I can't remember their names, once they went from friends to lovers. That's my least favorite trope in the entire world. I hate it. I like when friends can just be friends and romantic interests are romantic interests. I don't like when they crisscross applesauce. I'm fine when it goes from like romance to friends, but friends to romance, ugh, can't stand it. Don't ask me why. I hate it. So I decided to give it another chance. And it's also just like easy on the brain. And then the final thing for Wednesday, I made myself popcorn and hot chocolate just because I'm trying to make my life seem more fun. So that's how I did it this day. And it definitely worked. Wednesday was a good night. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that work was absolute hell this day, but almost in a good way. This was the busiest day I've had so far at this job, and it honestly felt good. Like some of the moments were a little much because maybe there was like a miscommunication, and that's always stressful because I immediately think everything is my fault until I can like go back and double check myself. So I don't love that. That's a terrible feeling, but my day flew by. And I know I'm going to regret saying this someday. Like I'm sure I'll have a really hectic, busy job again in my future, and I'll miss the just like having barely any work. But point is, this day I had a lot to do, and it just made time go by. It was great. Then I marked that I got ready because Joe and I were going to have Valentine's Day dinner. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. We just call it Valentine's Day dinner because we didn't want to do it last week. Specifically, I did not want to do it last week. But we still wanted like an excuse to just have, we could just call it dinner. We don't have to call it Valentine's Day. But he brought me Valentine's Day treats. And this honestly works out great for the two of us because we love a deal, and he was able to get everything on clearance because, Valentine's Day was over. So he brought me my favorite cookies, those like frosted sugar cookies that every like Walmart, Target, and grocery store sells. I love those. And then he got me chocolate covered cherries, which I thought I would think were weird, but they're delicious. It's just like sour raisinets. And then what else? Like strawberries and cream truffles. I don't know. Very good. Very good. But anyway, we went to this place called Brew, which we used to love before the pandemic, but they did change their menu a little bit and they got rid of my favorite burger. So that was kind of sad. But it was really good, except for I ordered this like jalapeno burger, and I'm pretty sure that it did not say candied jalapenos on the menu. I'm pretty sure it said jalapenos, but I could have missed it. So it might have been my bad, but I was expecting a spicy burger, and it was sweet. It tasted like it had jam on it. So yeah, but the rest of the burger was really good, really, really good. So yeah, we did that, and it was very, very cold out. We came back to my place. We watched The Bachelor, and then in the middle of the night, I woke up and thought I had food poisoning. I don't know what it was. I woke up drenched in sweat, felt like I was about to throw up, but I was so tired that I just decided to go back to sleep and see what would happen. And I was fine. I didn't throw up. Everything was fine. But it was like, that's the type of exhaustion I am all the time now, where like even the fear of vomiting in my bed can't get me to wake up. I just need to sleep. So sorry, TMI. But anyway, moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that it was my short work day. Then I did an upper body workout. Okay, so yeah, this was upper body day, so that must have been like legs or something, I don't know, on my break. And then after work, I decided to walk 1.5 miles on the treadmill just because I wanted to wash my hair, so I figured I might as well sweat a little bit beforehand. And then I marked that my roommate and I had a wine night, which we have not done in so long because as we get older, wine gives us headaches, but I felt great. I had no problem, so I don't know. It was lovely. And then we built miniatures. She had gotten me a little mini like bookstore kit last Christmas. And then this Christmas, her mother got her a little like mini, I think, coffee shop. So the two of us finally broke into those this day. And it was like some of the most fun I've had in so long. Just like staying home and doing an activity was just like the best thing I could have done. And then we also decided to play The Last of Us, but she's already played it. So basically I played, but I was a little bit drunk. So she helped me because I'm not that good at video games. So she helps me just because we're trying to get through it. And then I went to bed and read. So it was like just a great Friday. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked was that the first thing I marked was the first thing I did. No shit. I went to Joe's first thing. And then we went to Target because I had a pickup. I decided to purchase a second Chromecast for out in the living room because I have decided to cancel Netflix. I just don't use it. And yeah, I'm just going to watch stuff on Chromecast. And now I can also use Tubi because my TV out in the living room is so old that it's not compatible with Tubi. Well, now it is. And I mean, Chromecast is cheaper than 2 months of Netflix, and I got mine $15 off. So I paid like $14 for this thing, and I'm not throwing $16 away on Netflix anymore. So that's that. Then we went to I'm not sure if this is the name of it, but it's basically this shopping center in Ardmore. I just called it Ardmore Shopping Center. Who knows? And they have a bunch of stores. I walked into the Free People to see if they had this dress that I have been wanting for like years. They did not. I walked into Sephora just to smell some perfume. And then we went to Warby Parker so that Joe could try on some glasses. We went to Trader Joe's. I bought bagels. It was fun, but we didn't really get anything except bagels. Then we stopped at an Acme so that I could get cream cheese and yogurt. And then we decided to try a new pizza place that was good, but overpriced for what it was. Like, it was a little overhyped on the Google reviews, let me just say. And then the final thing for Saturday, I marked that we watched The Whale, which I will say was incredibly underwhelming for both of us. Joe really didn't like it. I might go as far to say that he hated it. I did not hate it, but it's a skip for me, but that's just me. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked was that I had my Red Bull and did some scrolling. I really, really want to change this to just Red Bull and reading on Sundays, because the one Sunday I read my book in the morning, it just put me in a way better headspace. But I have this weird mental block where if I don't wake up by at least 10 a.m. on Sunday, I don't have time to read, which is insane because then I'll scroll on my phone for 3 hours. So I do have time to read, and I need to get the hell over myself because it's better for me to read my book. I feel better. I'm happier. I feel more accomplished. Like, just stop with the stupid phone. Then I marked that the anxiety was starting, of course. So in order to combat that, I decided to go for a walk, and Joe came with me. We did 3 miles, which was good because that's what I try to do. And he had like a coupon for a free something at Panera. So we walked to Panera and got that. And then I had a coupon for a free really gross Coke at Acme, but it was free. So we figured we'd get it and try it. Repulsive. Never again. Worse than cough syrup. Then we decided I decided to finally suck it up, and we started the battery of my piece of shit other car, the Nissan. Yeah. Finally decided to be an adult about it and actually take care of the problems. So yeah, we jumped the battery, and then I filled the flat tire, and I don't think there's actually a hole in the tire. Fingers crossed. I think some kid just came around and like let all the air out of the tire. That seems like the most likely thing because now it's currently March 16th and the tire is still completely full. So if I'm lucky, it was just some little shit kid letting the air out of the tire, and I don't need a new tire. So I drove the Nissan around the block a couple times. If you care, if you don't, totally understand. See you next plan with me. But anyway, yeah, I drove it around the block a couple times, and the windshield was really dusty from just like sitting there for months. So I tried to use the windshield wiper fluid, The windshield wipers don't work. So I was driving around the block, not able to see because I sprayed water all over, or not water, but, wiper fluid all over the windshield, and then the wipers didn't work. So there's that. So Joe checked the fuses for the windshield wipers, and it's not a fuse. So fun new issue. There's still a burning smell. He thinks it's actually one of the, if you care, again, I'm whatever. Shut up. I'm going to keep talking. He thinks it's one of the belts. There's like one of the parts that the belt goes on looks like it's loose, so the rubber might be doing something. I don't know. that might be it. I sort of think it's not that, but I don't know anything about cars. It's just the smell is so strong, I can't imagine it's just that. And then now also the automatic locks no longer work with the key. We tried resetting the key for like an hour. It doesn't work. So the whole selling point of this repulsive car was that I could use the key fob to lock and unlock the doors. No longer. So pretty much decided, the two of us decided that I am going to sell the car. Joe is still going to try to fix a couple things to like so that I can get more for it. But either way, it's been nice knowing you. Bye-bye. Then we went into Joe's basement to organize it a little bit. It's a disaster. And then we rewarded ourselves with Panda Express, which was a little subpar. The fried rice was barely fried, so kind of lame, but still okay. And believe it or not, we had a coupon for that, so... Then the last few things that we did were watch SNL and Severance, and I accidentally swapped SNL with Sunday Scaries. But yeah, I ended my evening with Sunday Scaries in bed, just keeping me up. Because, yeah. But anyway, that was my week. It was a pretty good week, all Sunday Scaries considered. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.